Sorry? I do indeed. Good evening. Hi everyone, it's Beach's Backlog. I'm Beach, and where is Heather? Heather is at home tonight. So I'm going to try to have that microphone set up so you can hear me. Sorry for the slight adjustment noise there. We're looking in this direction. If you tuned in last week, there is more of the same this week because we effed up that mission, and now it is time. F is for failed, and we are now replaying that, and hopefully I'll be able to actually do this a bit better. We're gonna skip through the dialogue probably a little bit faster than normal. I'm just gonna try to get caught up on that. But yeah. If you were looking forward to playing this game, we are very far into it, and you probably just need to turn it off now and go away, because you don't want to get ruined for this. Yeah, so Heather is prepping for SkinoCon tonight, because she has too much. You guys are so mean to me. God damn it. So yeah, there's a This is kind of where we're at. We're gonna play, and oh, we didn't refresh the game when I went live. Well, I better do that. All right, hang on a second. Paul and I were having a really good conversation. I apologize. We're trying to. Yeah. So my bad. Oh, it still says Adam's Gamehouse on the thing that I have here. Hang on a second. And that's Shadowrun. So, who else in the chat had not ever heard of holding down A and pressing start in Super Mario Brothers in order to continue from the last world you were playing in? It's funny because back in the day, I swear someone had said that to me. I swear someone had said, "Oh, did you know you could do this?" And I don't think I ever tried it. But it's funny because it was like, when I heard it, I was like, that sounds really familiar. That sounds like a thing that I thought I would have heard about, but yeah, anyway. So, what do we have? We have a Remington Room Sweeper. It did not give me an option to get rid of it, in fact. Medical supplies. Umona kit. I'm gonna send that to my stash. I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna do this, and I probably don't need that. We'll just send that to my stash. And this. Right, tube-fired grenade launcher. I'll send that to my stash. I'll keep the room sweeper because why not? What I'd love to do is go upstairs and actually swap all this stuff out if I could, but it's where we are. So, yeah, there's all these things. Like I was reading some of that. I saw somebody link to this in Something Awful, and I went to the Reddit thread. I think it was an essay where I saw it. Maybe it was just online elsewhere. But what I ended up discovering was there's all sorts of other things. Like, for example, if you hold down the right direction on Controller 2 when you're playing Mega Man 3, apparently you can't die when you jump into a pit. I think it allows you to jump back out of the pit again. So, yeah. I think that was a thing. Alright, let's look at the clipboard. So, catching you up on what's going on, we have a key card, and it's like, oh look, Apex shutdown procedures. Stuff we have to do. We have to throw 2 switches, then wait a bit, and then we have to type in a deletion command. We have to keep the AI interface terminal intact. Yep. Now everything is open, and now I can go in through here if I want. And as I discovered, if we can get away with not opening a lot of doors, it's probably better. The further away everybody has to move, probably the better for everyone. Okay. Now we're going to have a conversation, aren't we? Because I can't deck any terminals until... There's nothing over here and there's nothing over there just yet either. Well, you know what, I'm just going to wander around a little more. Oh, Zeragonos. I hope that's how it's pronounced. I'm glad that you're enjoying watching the Director's Cut playthrough. Real Gamer Cow said, so your first game was whatever game that came with Robbie the Robot. I'm going to assume that was not Wrecking Crew. What was the other one? The one where it has to move the discs in order to move things around. I used to remember what that was called. It was like a one-word thing, though. Gyromite. I was going to say Gyronoid, but yeah, no, Gyromite. Yep. I do remember Arclight that there is a game save bug here that if I do the wrong thing, I'm effed. I'm not to save after the AI starts talking to me. Okay. So now we can go in. And I think what I'm going to do is try to take control of the west turrets. Once we all get in here. Yep, there we go. And the room is swallowed by darkness. Got a bad feeling about this. Could be nothing. And Monica's image comes on screen, but we all know that's a bunch of bullshit. Watched her die, you can't be her. Yep. It sure ain't Monica. You don't frighten me, Monica. How did you think that everyone frighten? We're gonna probably play a couple of different things here, actually, too. I think we might go through it slightly different than before, just because we have that opportunity to. So, what I wanted to do is I wanted to come in on Sunday and actually play through the dialogue options, see what happens if we say, yeah, we'll let you go, because I was interested to see what actually happens if everything goes to shit, or, you know, what happens, but... Yeah. Oh, by the way, and if you are interested in Shadowrun Hong Kong as a Kickstarter thing and you haven't made the jump yet, they just raised over $700,000. So the bonuses are getting made. All the bonuses are currently getting made. And they have a long way to go yet on the thing. That's everything, like all the new characters, all these extra side missions, the enhanced matrix, the enhanced magic, all this really cool stuff that's being thrown in. But... another thing that I thought was really interesting about it is that at $1 million, they're going to actually make an after campaign. That's a mini campaign that happens after you finish the full Hong Kong campaign. There will be a mini campaign after that. That's where you can import your high-level character in, and then you can basically use that to start this other smaller campaign. That's more of like, as they're putting it, is that if you're like, you know, a real runner, you know, like a, you know, prime quality runner will really enjoy this kind of thing. And I'm like, you know, anything to just keep like clicking little buttons and getting more charisma as far as I'm concerned. So I'm all about that. But so yeah. So to get there though, they have to make another $300,000 in like the next 20 days, I think it is. So if you were planning on buying it, you totally got to get there. Like, because it's the way I'm seeing it is that like I put my $15 down because I'm like I'll get the game. The soundtracks are cool, so I'll get those two with that. It's all sorts of digital stuff. There's only 2 physical rewards that are coming out of it. One is a messenger bag, which I don't need a bag, and the other one is a bunch of little miniatures for all of the characters in the game, which I don't need those either. So I'm not paying extra money for any of that stuff. But I would like the game. So if you're planning on getting it after the release, just get it before the release, because the more money we pile on now, the better the actual thing ends up being in the end. We've already gotten to the point where all the really cool stuff. It's the Shadowrun Hong Kong Kickstarter by the same people who made this and who made Shadowrun Returns. They're making Shadowrun Hong Kong. It actually happens earlier in the timeline than this game, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's Magically Awakened Hong Kong. So, alright, not ready to rule anything out. Alright, you know what, I'll hear her out. Yeah, yeah. Alright, Monica, tell us what you want. Alright, let's hear it. You need to answer some questions. Tell me know about the Firewing. Can't tell you. Tell me what you did to Monica. Digest the contents of her mind. Explain. I have all these great things to know. Alright, you ate her mind, you want me to be happy for you. We're gonna do that, because that's different. Alright. What else? Track you to lure me here. Yep. Lack free will. How are you telling me this? Let's say I decide to help you. What would you need me to do? What happens after all this is over? No more questions. Need my help, I'm gonna need to show good faith. Yeah. You know, if you weren't planning on getting it anyway, then don't bother getting Shadowrun Hong Kong if you weren't thinking, oh, I need to have that in my life. But if you're planning on getting it, get on there. Kayatana. That's very hard to pronounce. Very funny. I see Beej's SO as being a fair Heather friend tonight. Yeah, catch anybody up who's just coming in late. Heather is not here because she is prepping her crafting for TsukinoCon. I didn't actually finish that thought. She has a table for crafting at TsukinoCon. She is going to be crafting stuff over the next couple weeks in order to bring stuff there and sell it. I think she's making Lumas tonight. So if you like Lumas, cute little star-type creatures from Super Mario Galaxy, she's making those things. So, all right, so let's go back a second. No more questions. All right, you told Mom I'm going to kill you. End of story. Oh hell, I should have lied. Okay, so we have to do a whole bunch of shit. This is going to be very interesting. So first we use Dietrich. Dietrich is going to give me haste. That was haste, right? Yeah, good. And then I'm going to go here. No. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. And Iger is going to... So the question is, we could hold this room. I think that's a good idea. Oh, is it not showing me, it's not showing the... Oh, okay, that's all cool. She's not drunk and filming it. Unfortunately. Damn it, I missed all this good stuff because people are... Yeah. And Aaron pretty much sums it up. If you weren't going to get it, don't get it. If you are going to get it, then get it. I would only put on top of that, get it now, because I want this extra campaign. So if you're planning on getting in on this, get in on it now, because I want to play that very badly. Okay, so I could set up over here. I feel like Dietrich would be better over there, maybe. Nobody puts Iger in a corner, except I just did. There we go. And then Dante. Dante maybe goes right here. Stays where he is, perhaps. Actually, let's see here. I can move friend Doge behind here, and we can do that. Dietrich can move over here. That's fine. Yeah, you know, we should probably use some of those totems. My worry about using the totems, if I get to if I call them up too early, my biggest concern is that trying to, because every time a level passes, it's like trying to control a totem is harder and harder. Okay. So I need you to go here. That sounds about right. Okay. And then Iger, still on Overwatch. Dante is still on Overwatch. Dietrich. What can Dietrich do? Dietrich can up the aim of everybody, because that lasts how many rounds? 4 rounds. Let's take Iger's aim up. So that's definitely going to work. And we've got an air elemental, and we've got a nature elemental, and we've got an earth elemental. I feel like if I use any of those right now, oh. Powerbolt's probably a fine idea. Force 5 air elemental. We're gonna wait. Okay, so there comes that big thing. Escape in the room that the mobs spawn, and you stay back a little, spend most of the time attacking the enemy. Oh, okay. So I should actually just send my guys out into... Except that then I have to take control of the other turrets. Ugh, this is going to be complicated. I want to get down to here. Can I get to here? It's still not... Ah! It's too many. It's fine. So I could try to get out. The worst part is the turrets, right? Like, maybe I am better off just sticking it out here for a little while. Move everybody on Overwatch. Oh yeah, there are summon points. Thank you. Thank you, Zerogonos. Zerogonos. So there's that one. I just have to get Dietrich up there in order to use it. Where's the other one? What room is it in? Oh, so there's one there and there's one there. So it's probably a good idea if I actually If I took over the west turret, I can use Dietrich to kind of get out through here. So we're gonna hit that. And now I need to get back and jack in. We can do this. I wonder if I should send Iger over here for now. No, we're gonna have to do something about this soon, so we'll do this for now. That's probably fine. Sorry. Alright, let's jack in. Blaster, degrade, erosion, medic, sniffer, assassin, exploder. Actually, hang on a second. I remembered that I had some karma to spend. And we only had 3, but that's ridiculous. I shouldn't be ridiculous. I should put it into ESP control is what I should do, because I'm going to need that. In about a few seconds, I'm going to really, really need that. Good. Let's jack in. Erosion level 2, medic, sniffer. Let's do attacker and exploder. The turrets, because they're marked as red, generally, like, I'm assuming that if anything's marked as red on the map, it means it's something I don't have control of. And if Apex is fixing to kill me, then I'm going to assume that the turrets are auto turrets that will acquire us as targets. Because I ran through, I don't think they get to track me because it wasn't their turn yet, so I basically ran through and got out of their sight, I think is what happened there. Okay. What I'd like to do is spend a lot of time shooting that thing that's out in the hallway. And I'm not going to get to do that immediately. I could try to target... No, I can't just straight target something. Alright. Then I'm going to do that. And we could send me out. Oh, I can't do it from here. I want to take these west turrets so I can actually activate this stuff. Ugh, I don't want to get caught. Also, these other jack points are really... Well, I guess it would get you into the room. Oh, if I actually just went in there, I could like jack into that and gain access to I could gain access to the turrets like immediately without having to run through a room. I think that was the idea. Except I don't want to do that either, because I think that's a little ridiculous, but... Everybody fires! Good job! Oh, excellent. I thought you were on Overwatch and you had like 3 frickin' things. Ah! Ah! She's not asleep yet, I don't think, so let's go this way. Just walk past those ices, because why not? No, sumimasen. First things first. Actually, maybe second things first. Let's actually get into a better position. Actually, can I? Oh, I can. That's handy. Now I will up my sniffer. Myself or on this thing. That would help. Now the sniffer gets to attack stuff. You get a tar bomb, so maybe I'm gonna do that. That's not bad. Ugh. Everyone miss. That's all I ask. Alright. And we're going to degrade. I should really do this to myself. I'm going to degrade that guy. You get an attack, and you probably get another attack. That seems good to me. We're gonna march you over here. And maybe I should just straight blow you up. Good start. No! Sigh. That's good stuff. Okay. Now you have a shotgun that hits everybody next to other people. Let's hit everybody. I did not hit anybody. Or I hit one dude. That's hardly fun. Okay. We need to kill this thing. Not a bad start. That's pretty good. Now we'll use the totems. And I bet you can do something cool. What can you do? That's 12, that's 12, that's a stone body, that's armor of 1, and that's guard. Metabolt! I can't use it against the drone, can I? Nope. I hate everything. Alright. Maybe I can just punch it. I guess I just punch it. Takes 1 AP down, that's not bad. I've got a couple left. Right where I'm standing. That's only good for... Nope, that's gonna hurt everybody. But that is good. That's pretty good. I can deal with that. Okay. So I'm sniffed. Oh, turrets will not attack you. According to my knowledge, Apex doesn't have direct control of anything in this facility. Interesting. Alright. So I need to rend armor. See, I can't... We tried to petrify that thing one time, and it didn't seem to do much. I think you're right, though. Rend armor on the drone, then petrify. That should probably get us there, but... Alright. I think... I already have that up by one. You will take incoming damage, so will you. So will you. And we'll see if we can hit you. Yes, got there. Okay, nice. Oh, that's no good. I need another turn. That's good. Let's get nice and situated in here. What's a nice place to stand? I think that's a fine place to stand. Maybe they'll just keep missing. No, shit. Oh well. Alright. Heal. Degrade. Degrade. And erode. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna have Dietrich take care of the little dudes because he can do that. Or, I'm sorry, Dante. There we go. Can you rip armor? Oh, shit! Oh, that's super good! I'm sorry, we will be doing a lot of that from now on. Oh, God. Go, dog, go. Alright. And then Dietrich's like just on the ball. And yeah, why not? Okay. So first thing I need to do is not die. How is my... Oh, I don't have... I wonder if I should just get the hell out of here. Because I'm probably going to die. F it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Why can't I throw that anywhere? Okay. Maybe I run away now. Yes, that sounds good. Okay. Are you degraded? I don't think you are. Let's see if we can... Oh, we can from here. Nice. Oop, that's good. Straight up hit ya? Nope. Okay. But I can heal. That's pretty good. Oh, Hail Mary pass. Okay. Lovely. See, now they're white. I guess that means I have access to them. Now, we have to... we have to defend what's going to happen here. The way I see it, because we busted a drone. There's going to be another drone coming in there, and there's going to be another drone and some dudes coming in there. We wasted all the dudes. So I like this idea of send Dietrich out here to take over that elemental. Even though I mean I have one active though, which means I'm gonna have to like Earthquake's gonna have to go away at some point. Oh, thank you. Yes, Lancer makes a good point. Iger's fire shot will also slightly rend armor, so that will be handy. I need to send a couple of people out to do damage over in one direction. Maybe I send Dietrich and... Actually, you know what? Dietrich and Earthquake, if I send them both out here together, and I send Dante, that might be a good thing. And then I can send Iger out this direction, because there aren't any spirits out here. Then that way Dietrich can make use of the elementals that are out here. And that might be very helpful. So Iger's new job is to... hold this area. Either that or to come down here and hold this area, but I think we can... If I move down into here to hold this area, the drone will come in. Oh, man. Okay, because if I go here, I feel like I'm a target, and Iger doesn't need to have a lot of shots taken, but I also want her to be able to get the hell, like, out of this area and into somewhere where she can actually attack some shit. Throwing everybody in this direction is not a good idea. Throwing Iger down here might be a better idea, because then she can try to guard this. I can put her over here and be like, anybody walk into this room, just straight up ice them. Which she can probably do. So maybe I'll do that, even if it means I let the drone get away. That's not a good idea either, though. All right, we're gonna take the top room. Interesting how the music changes. Don't know what that means. I wonder if I should open that door and actually just get on with it. Yeah, let's do that. Dog can open door. Oh, so I can hide in here, which is probably not a bad place to hide. Okay, Dietrich, we're going to send you over this way. I'm going to confirm that you have an AP. You're going to come with me. Alright. This is good because I have that fire breath thing that can do some pretty good damage. Alright. Iger's gonna have to take... Oh, Mr. Flip did a thing, and... Oh, there's another dude. Okay, let's take control of those turrets. Yes. Sweet, they're ours. Now, I cannot... There's nothing out there. That is the alternate entrance point. If I clear all the ice out of this, I don't know if that actually lets us... So there's nothing else in this room. There's no other exits. I can't get out that way, obviously. I'm gonna have to go out this way. And we gotta heal when I have the next opportunity. That is not going to be doing this, I don't think. Because that's going to put me in a very bad place. We're going to go over here. I'm going to end my turn. I can heal. Ugh. this is one just to get out. Oh, Zeragnos makes a very interesting point. If you want to breathe fire on everything, you can go put Dante on one of the major ley lines on the other side to remove its cooldown and increase its hit and damage, which is a very good idea. I forgot that it actually did something against the... I don't want to just jack out is the problem. My worry is that, like, if I go through here, I've got 1 AP left. I don't really want that either. Maybe I should just end my turn in this room. Alright, that's 2. 3 gets me here. That's not a good idea. Let's see if we can't sucker some people into standing still. Any place that's well defended on most angles, I'm gonna say this is my go-to. Okay. I don't see ley lines. Oh, there it is. Lots of ley lines in there. I see. Okay. So we could just send Dante right through to here if I wanted to. That's a long run, but Dante can probably hold this room for a minute while Dietrich gets up here with what else he wants to do. Flamethrower, Flame Breath, Pack Tactics. I feel like Petrify's probably not a... See, I can't use Petrify against this security drone at all, only against everything else. So we're gonna do this. Oh, that was pretty good. Can't glue it either. Damn. Well, I could get in there and rend armor, but I have a feeling that's a shitty idea. Maybe we can glue somebody to the floor. Maybe I could just leave this on Overwatch, in case anybody comes close. Alright, Dietrich can move over here. I feel like I should not be fighting them here now. I should sucker them into the room where the turrets are. But I don't want them to... I can't summon that yet anyway. What do we got? That's not gonna help. Acid, might. That's probably not a bad idea. Oh. Oh, I see. I can take... I didn't realize I could actually take hit point damages to cast if I really needed to do something. Okay. Got there. There. Now you're another target. As long as you don't go crazy, I'll be super happy. Oh, you blocked the acid damage. Oh, sweet. Oh, sweet! Haha! F you! Oh, that's not so good, except electricity probably doesn't work against Earth. Wow! Dietrich didn't get hit, that's good. Oh! Okay. That's actually not so bad. I guess we grenade this. Oh, that guy's gonna make a break for the room. But my turrets! And these guys are gonna make a break for the room. F. fuck out of here. Alright. Now, even if I dust these guys, I don't think anything happens. Just catching up on the chat here. So I can either try to make this like a fight and try to, you know, kill all these guys. I don't know what it will add to the whole proceeding. I have now taken control of one set of turrets. I don't think I need to take control of the other of... I don't think I need to control this room, because I don't think anything will happen. They just respawn next time you're in the room if you kill them. Thank you. Now I don't feel so bad about that. What that also means is that I think I'm going to go over here. Let's see what I can do with... I feel like I should probably get in the room and protect what's about to happen over here, at least. But yeah, I guess if I didn't open that door, it would mean that they would have to come down here, and it would be a lot easier for me to defend it. Have another drink, sorry. Hoop-de-doo. If I put myself in here, that's one thing. I could hide myself over here and hopefully take some shots or draw their fire, but I think they're really on their way to do something down here, so... the other option is to go up here and help Iger. Really I wonder if the stronger choice is to actually come down here and defend this room. Because at least I have a couple guys up here. I can pull Dietrich, or pull Dante out here and actually just let him lay waste to everybody. There's a lot of guys in this room though, and I would hate to just straight up so bad. What can Dante do? Light. That's pretty good. What else can you do? Light again. That's super good. And light again. Oh man. Dante's just biting everybody. Alright, let's get into this room. So, now Iger's got some stuff. I feel like one of these grenades would be not a bad idea, but my worry is that who takes damage from something like that? Alright, well, maybe that's not so bad. Okay, broke some armor, so that's pretty good. Cannot hit adjacent targets. I kind of want to hit some adjacent targets. One shot. And if I take out this guy, I prefer to do that. Can I hit him with Power Bolt? I believe I can. Oh, he's still mine. Okay. Maybe I'll do that again. Oh, I missed. Curses. Oh, no! Don't leave! I still need to shoot you! No! Oh, that's not good. Yeah, when I open the doors after I fill this one, I'm gonna have to top ones and then the closer ones. And Aaron makes a good point. Okay, so those guys are in there. Now I know that I have one of these. One bullet, single target, or now I have a grenade launcher. My line of sight is blocked. Really? Ho ho ho. We'll do that again. Now Dietrich. I feel like we're gonna send Dietrich way over here. Maybe I should send him way down here. Or over to where? I think I'll send him over here. Sorry, Dante. I keep messing up Dante and Dietrich. Powerbolt. You might try actually hitting him like that. This is the best luck I've ever had with one of these guys. Yeah. Good stuff. Oh, even better stuff. No, no! My turrets, no! No! Oh. No. 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 F. No. I hate you. No. No. Yeah, we are already in a bad, shitty place. Alright, let's stand you on this. Make sure that did some damage there. Grant myself haste. Which might be good for a little while, anyway. Alright, ballsy move, but... Whoa. Alright, you get one. And I bet you I'm gonna lose you after the next round anyway. Wake up! Ugh. Man, I'm good when I'm asleep. Shoot it again! Okay, I'm awake now. This is my big gun. And it hurts like this. And it hurts like this. And it hurts like this. That's good. this hurts like that. I feel like I could leave Dante to that, but I'm gonna need to get her down somewhere. I'm just worried that I'm gonna get shot at. F F F F F F. Here. Holy piss! Okay. I think that's a better place to stand. I'm gonna stand over there. Dietrich, what can you do from here? You could up your aim. Alright, now can you hit this guy? Was that enough? Was that enough? Oh, I hate everything. Oh my god, he got there. Rock fist! Not enough. Ugh, that's no good. Everybody needs to die. No, my terminal control. Alright. Oh, and now everybody else comes into the room. Well, I want to start the purge again. I guess it assumes that I already have. I thought I clicked... What the shit? I think I have to get into that room. Where is a good place to stand here? Adequate cover and also a good shot at killing these dudes. That could be a long-range shot. I mean, I can kill that guy from right here, it seems. I mean, well, for, you know, varying versions of kill. Let's try this. Can I use that flashbang? That's a long shot. Use that frag grenade. It's probably not a good idea either. Target 2 enemies, then open fire on both. I could do that all day and be very happy. I mean, I won't. Oh. Doggy made a cool sound. How in the F am I supposed to get that started again, though? Like, I can't seem to click on it. Do I have to run all the way around the fucking house just to... Because if I do... Do I send my Doge down here? I think I do. Damn it. We don't have a lot of time for fussing and fighting, my friends. Let's try this. Okay. Can't hit anything in there like that. Kind of want to hang out here for a bit so I can get access to that when that triggers. Can't heal anybody. I mean, I could get over to here and then probably shoot the dude. Might not be a bad idea. Alright, let's just go over here. Nope, can't do that either. Can't do that either. Fine. Fine. Let's just go stand out in the middle of the hallway. Oh, God. Thank you, Aryan Jesus. It's not targetable. What are you doing? So, am I supposed to take that, or am I supposed to take that? I think I'm supposed to take that. Oh, Dietrich can't see me from there. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have the thing turned. Okay. I could just waste this dude. That might be fun. I could use Eiger to just straight up shoot a dude. I don't even know if that has been... Wow. I should take Eiger down elsewhere, perhaps. Like over here, and then shoot the guys down there. Well, let's see. Dante's gonna go in here. Touch the device. Because you can do that. So, I have to defend the main control terminal, which we're kind of in the middle of. And we're going to do that to you. Sorry. Not really, but you know how it is. I shoot you. I shoot you again. I shoot you a third time. Oh, that's pretty good. I can get behind that. I will reload. I have 3 left. I could do anything. I might go camp out up here in the just in cases. Should something happen, I might need to be like, if I lose my guy, I will have another one to pull on. Fuck. No, you're leaving, aren't you? All right, let's do this. How many AP? Because this thing wants to leave. So, actually, maybe we should just banish it. I kind of want to play with the whole, like, hey, maybe I could actually, but I think at this point we should just banish it. It's had a good run. That's interesting. Is there going to be another drone too? Alright. Let's get everyone set up, and we're going to pause. Because I'm going to go to the washroom and enjoy this commercial break. Here we go. この番組はご覧スポンサーの提供でお送りします。Hooray. If you Senstaku, if you care at all what my character build looks like right now, in terms of cyber, I mostly went all BioWare. Tailored pheromones for charisma, muscle augmentation for quickness and strength, and enhanced articulation for dodge and quickness. I know I didn't have to match, but I like that it looks like he's wearing these high-tech Zubaz. I thought that would be fun. So, we have shot some people. Some more people have shown up. I'm guessing at this point I have a lot of things. Look at that. Wind Dancer. What can you do, Wind Dancer? Slow, disarm. Friendly target gets +3 quickness. Bolt, blast the ongoing 10p, and then you just have a blast of wind. Can you target any of these guys? I'm gonna say that one. That'll probably hurt for a while. Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt. So active, reactivate Purge Control 1. Is that this one, or is that this one? That's that one. The dog is right there. Good. The purge continues. Ah! I see, Senstaku. I have just effed up my headset and I can't hear anything through it now. Don't know why. I wonder what I did. I wonder what part of the thing is all messed up. Well, these headphones just might be like straight effed, so let's try another pair of headphones. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe those headphones are fine. Maybe there's something weird about the headphone splitter we're using. It popped in the stream audio too? Wow, okay. 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 My dog has done its thing. I like the idea of straight up attacking lots of dudes by getting on the glowy discs. Maybe I'm gonna do that with Dante here. Oh fuck yeah! You're so dead. Okay. Back to normal. So Dante's essentially my mage, and if Iger camps out on this side, they could probably look after that. I should probably get on this side and try to sucker dudes into coming down the other way. I mean, that could be an effective strategy. Because I don't need to type in anything just yet, do I? I'm gonna need to soon, but not yet. Okay. Wow. Whoa, Jesus. Okay, so maybe from here, we just straight up ice that dude. What fun would that be? Oh yeah. Well, shit, we could do that. Actually, I should probably save... Why would I save that? Ever. Why would I ever not shoot a guy in the head and just straight up kill him? Why would I ever do that? Okay. Now, do I tempt the... Because we've got junkie, and we saw that stun lock thing that you guys were talking about in the chat. I want to probably... yeah, probably want to not get embroiled in their bullshit. Does that mean Iger takes a more appropriate position behind something so she can shoot at shit? Maybe that's what that means. Dietrich, on the other hand, has a whole bunch going for him. Here's one of the things he has going for him. This. Yeah, that has to hurt, probably. Maybe. I feel like I want to move this microphone stand, but if I do it, it's gonna just be messy. You guys can hear me okay, though, I think. I can kind of hear myself in my ears okay, so... And then what does he do? I could up my own aim. That might be a good idea. Oh, I already did. Welp. I straight up missed that guy. Oh, they both come from this side now. I see. No! Puppy dog, no. Oh! That would have been pretty rad. No! Oh. Alright, Dinkus. I shoot with a gun. I guess I could mute. Yeah, poor puppy. Right. So we could do this a couple different ways. Sorry, I just didn't realize my mouse was underneath the... Oh, he's sleepy! No! Stop putting my dog to sleep. Okay. Can I shoot all of these guys forever and ever? Amen. Yes? You promise? That's got a 3-round cooldown. I'm probably better off trying to do this. Good start. Better. I know you're out. We're just gonna give you your different gun. This one's awesome. Yep. Awesome. Okay, what can I do? I could shoot these guys with a grenade, and that might be super good. I could probably do that again. I feel like that was a pretty good idea. I should have done exactly what I did there. Now, Dietrich has 3 AP left. What the fuck can he do? He could camp. I could move him over here in an effort to try to draw some fire, but man, that's a bad idea. All right. What am I gonna do with you? I mean, I could move here and maybe hit a guy. Seems like a bad idea all around. Like, the bulk of guys are all concentrated over here. feel like this is the strongest move. Got there. Alright. There is nowhere I can stand. Okay, we're just gonna move you into this room. Nope, you are not interested. Don't shoot my dog. Don't shoot my dog. Don't shoot my dog. Ever, ever, ever. Oh, fuck. Don't... Stop fucking shooting my dog. Whoa, we're gonna have words. Oh, don't... These guys are just a bag of assholes. Alright, well they're good at this, I have to give them that. They're better at this game than I am. Straight up stun everybody. Alright, sorry Dante. Okay. That will hit a guy. That is not a good use of a grenade. Maybe I can hit you. I guess I can. That was already gonna hit, no matter what. Okay. Well, let's try this. This is not going to be worth it. All right, lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Oh, it was a wind blast, never mind. That would be fun. Just make that guy drop his weapon. Never mind. Shit. Oh, stop shooting my dog. Stop shooting my dog. Yeah. This is such a pain in the ass. Okay. I feel like if I come this way, I feel like I should come this way. Because I need to be able to hit that dude. Well, at least he's awake. Eat something and then get the hell out of here? Eat everything and get the hell out of here? There, you ate a thing. And let's just give you the goods. Alright. Maybe what we do is... you fuck up a U armor. Where do I get out of here? Which one's worse? Or do I get out of here and just start working everybody? I could also try to get him. I can get him to a safe spot, maybe safer spot. I feel like those guys are gonna wake up though at some point and want to fuck me up a bit. Going this way is not a good idea. I mean, that gives me some armor. Oh, God. Can Dietrich... he can't get far enough down that he can see me. Piss. Alright, well... let's get Dietrich to finish up what he needs to do here, I think. Maybe we should get him down here. That's 2, though. If I cast haste on myself, maybe it's a good time to cast haste on myself. Okay, I got one more. And then that dude is iced. That's good. Iger now gets to do all sorts of fun shit. You're empty. But you do 18. 15, 20. I know that's a lower shot, but you might get higher. Higher chance of crit. Take that. That was probably a really good idea, actually. I could mark him twice, maybe, and take him twice. Yeah, that was probably a really good idea. Okay, I could use the Doge to eat this guy, but I'm worried these guys are gonna wake up and just stunlock me again, because they're fuckers. Or I escape to go bite that dude, since that is the thing I'm gonna have to do. We run away. We run away. Got there. Okay. So now you can move. You're gonna have to move 2 no matter what. But I think I can move you over here. And now we're gonna do something, anything. Take out the drones. Pretty good. Oh, are you kidding me? Don't shoot the dog. Stop shooting my dog. Stop shooting my dog! Wow, you're dumb. Thank God you missed. I'm not happy about anything that I'm doing here. I'm happy about that. I'm super happy about what just happened. Beach did get a haircut. I did indeed. Okay, everyone has broken into their attendant bits. I'm out of ammo in that gun, but I have so many other guns! Look at all these guns I have. I have that gun. Let's see if I have any other guns. I have this grenade. I'd rather attack way more dudes with my grenade, but I don't think I'm gonna get a... I'd have to step out, and I don't want to step out of a chance to shoot this guy. So we could grenade him. He's the most important dude anyway. I missed. And he blocked it. I could reload. Or I could straight up yeah, we're gonna do that. Now me, what I do, I have 2 left. I can go back in the room. Both the purges are active. Yeah. Because that ass hasn't done anything yet. Oh, doggy. Oh, doggy. Oh, doggy. Oh, doggy, yes. Just a little bit of help. Just a little bit of help. And maybe we hide the doggy? Where can I hide the doggy? Oh, these are all good spots to hide the doggy. That's a great spot. In fact, I will hide the dog over here. Dietrich's got that ley line. Oh, sweet. I'm sorry. What? Take the shot. Yes! You're dead, and you're almost dead. And fuck it. Nope! Didn't get there! Oh! What? Fuck yeah! Alright! Kill that thing! What I do. I feel like I need to get into there. I feel like he can get into there. Eat it. Yeah, that must have hurt. I don't fucking care. God, you can't see anything standing right there. What the shit? Okay, so now that thing is a problem, but I mean, it doesn't mean it's a problem for like forever. It's a problem for now. All right, take cover. Oh, look at that. Maybe we'll do that again. That's good. What does Iger do? Iger could hide and then take some long-range pot shots at that thing. Which is probably a good idea. That seems long-range. Yep. And what can you do? I think you should ready yourself for the inevitable bullshit that's coming your way. Oh yeah, okay. You've changed your mind. You've decided that... Don't you crit my terminal. That's not bad. No, no. Leave me alone. I've done nothing to you. Except I totally did. Oh, F. Okay, please activate Final Command Node. Oh, you poor bastard. Monica's voice shrieks out of speakers. No, please, Ace, don't do it. I never wanted to hurt you. Please don't kill me. I don't want to die again. My Kyrad? My Kyrad? My Kyrad? The dental dam thing is inexplicable. There's no way somebody... Well, actually, no. There are a few ways people can come from a dental dam. Back to the game. What I press next? Where is thing I push? Oh, that thing. Well, I guess I just click this. High-pitched and human shriek fills the air. You recognize the sound. Pure animal terror. Well, I guess it was an animal after all. It was all biological and shit. What have you done, Ace? What have you done? Whatever of you was trapped in there is free now, Monica. I'll see you on the other side. I hope it hurts, Apex. I really do. Monica image rises in pain and wrenches up a fountain of blue-white light. Patches of skin begin dissolving in static, takes a deep rattling breath, and then seems to calm itself. Beach furrowing on something you should see. She smiles at you and shouts a slice pillow from between your teeth. The truth, I want to tell you earlier, but I couldn't. The stream goes dark. I thought we fucking killed you. Like, we fucking... didn't... Whatever. Fine. You find yourself looking upon an unfamiliar scene. The words live feed appear in the corner of the screen. Oh! Something's happening, sir. Apex is going offline. Bent stoop figure turns to face the camera. You're Mr. Dragon Slayer, Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Some good Odrin. Without the AI's protection, this facility is vulnerable. We don't have much time. No, sir, we don't. O.F. Vauclair isn't being held prisoner at Arfeld. It's his. He runs the goddamn place. Screen Vauclair turned to face a strange device across the room. Looks like some sort of containment cell. Betrayal, woman with wild eyes confined within. Tonight happens time tonight. Get started on preparations. I'll be in the lab. Yes, sir. Screen breaks back up into static, and then the video feed disappears. There's a moment of silence, and then Monica shimmers back onto the screen. Face is breaking apart, rupturing at the seams. Blue-white light floods out through the lesions. When she speaks, her voice is hollow. That's what you're up against. That's what you need to stop, and if you don't, the F-state will fall. I could have helped you, Ace. I wish you'd let me, but now it's too late. His face feels down the stairs. Light floods out to the wounds. Fill the screen. Goodbye. Emergency system purge complete. No sound system source was you saw. New target, Beige, bound by Fair Swinge, bound by Vauclair. So we're looking forward to killing a dragon. So your chance, Vauclair's whole history is tied to the Fire Wing. Be shocked if she doesn't play some role in this. The whole thing is so messed up. Why would Vauclair do this? The man was a hero. I don't need to but I'm sure as hell gonna find out. Alright, let's get back to the Cries Bazaar and gear up. We've got a castle to raid. I think we've got a castle to storm would have been kind of a cool way to put that. Oh, I see. Things might still be happening. Everyone might die. Oh, it's because of this thing. Can't hit anything with a gun that's not full. Take the shot. Take another shot. Take another shot. It's pretty good overall. Oh, poor Dante. Or, sorry. Yes. Dante, I got it right. I'm gonna assume that when we clear here, we can get out of this mess. That's what I'm assuming. I don't know for sure. Okay, that didn't work. How about you're not within distance of me, so that's no good. Maybe I just straight up do that, and then I do it again. And then maybe I do it again. Iced. Well, a little disappointed that I don't ultimately get to, I didn't get to let it go, but I kind of felt like it was not going to be a good idea to let it go. Okay, we're going to go upstairs, or we're going to do the transition. Hokey pokey, yes. And then we'll save. And I'm kind of, I mean, I would like to go through it. Maybe I should just go read what happens if you actually let it go. Like if something cool happens, but letting it go works out okay. I'll go read about it. Your trip back to the Chris Bazaar is a restless one. Now that Apex has been dealt with, the window of opportunity that you've been waiting for is open. The Harfield Manor is vulnerable. The video feed of the AI showed you circles over and over in your head. Vauclair and Odran, then a strange woman and containment device, and the revelation of Vauclair runs the Harfield estate, and his assertion that something was set to happen tonight. Train glides to a stop. You push through the doors and onto the platform. There's no time to waste. To all of Karma, new objective, meet with the team. No, new objective. Save game. How's everybody else here? I think we talked to everybody already, right? Huh. This is the repair one of the Chris says, building ultra as soon as you stand taller, barely the crutch. His face is grim as ever. There's less weariness in his eyes than before. Beach. What's going on here? It's like we're doing baking a pie. So Trill actually managed a short laugh before turning serious again. We're shoring up the fortifications such as they are. Lots of damage during the attack. Let's expose some hole in our defenses we really ought to plug up, just in case. Expecting another attack? Or we appreciate your help? Expecting another attack. I think you're going to go out after these people, but if you don't come back and make another visit, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Just tell if there's anything I can help with. What's the mood around here? Varies from group to group, person to person. Some of the younger ones who were injured in the attack, they went to rally and take the fight to whoever deserves it. Plenty of others with the sense to wonder if the Crisis are a safe place to live anymore. I may have given the question some thought in recent days. You could make this place safe, Alexei. Building stronger walls, sure, teach people to be more vigilant maybe, but I won't be a party to violence. That's what the place will become. Well, if I'm here tomorrow, I'll keep doing what I can to help, and if I'm gone, well, you'll know why. You were a soldier once. What's changed you? And why'd I lose my taste for war besides losing both legs and a lung? Oh, interesting. I'll tell you this, if only so it might teach you something about the world that we live in. If you know about the first Euro war, then you likely know how it ended. The night raids. I didn't just lose my legs in the bombing, I lost them in the bombing. Whoever was behind those bombers, they weren't aiming for us or the Russians, they were aiming to end the war. They bombed everybody on both sides. I was commanding from the field, and my T-Bird was caught up in the firestorm with all the rest. Not sure how I survived when so many others died, but when they pulled me from the wreck, I was only half the man I used to be in more ways than one. I spent months recovering with nothing to do but think on the futility of it all. So many men had died under my command to hold that border, and for what? One day a man in a little room orders a handful of planes to deliver their payloads. He watches feeds of bombs dropping and numbers falling. It's surgical, sterile, cold, and all the wars ever achieve is to rob a child of a father or mother or parents, of a son or a daughter. That's why the Arctic fox died out there in the snow. What do you do your work? Talk to Sam. Okay, I will appreciate waiting on spoilers regarding Apex until we are done the game, and I will probably read
stuff then. If I need to. But how are we doing? Accepting donations? I've got like 3,600 on you. And how's Alexander doing? I would like something just a little bit newer about how Alexander's doing at this point, but let's go up this way. Anybody to talk to? There's Kimmy. Hey, Shock Splicer. So much is happening. There's a lot of work to be done. Everyone's helping. Everyone is doing something. Do you want to help? I want to be strong people to help, but I don't know what to do. I'm not good at anything. Whoa, that's an interesting choice. Huh. I know it doesn't mean anything. Like, ultimately, it's not going to matter much. But on the one hand I'm saying there are kids you need looking after, because that might actually help you. You know, you spend a lot of time in the sim as a nanny, right? So there would seem to be a thing. At the same time, maybe she needs to be someone's kid for a while. But alright, I'll pick there are kids that need looking after. The curse was someone lost their parents and never knew mine. Do you think they would talk with me the way Monica would? Ooh. Number 1 or 3, I think, but I think you know what they're going through. I think they could all use a big sister. I think I'm gonna go with 1. It's not easy to be alone. Make mistakes, but I hope not make those mistakes. I always wanted to forget the past, bad memories, but maybe I can do something good with the bad. What about your Sims? You're waiting for me, I guess. They're not really, you know. Not sure how I feel about them anymore. Maybe you don't need them now. What do you think? I don't know, I get anxious and it's just so easy to go inside I don't want to anymore. That's what's different. Things of my own to see too. Goodbye. Someone is whistling. I just heard someone whistling. I did not expect that, and there it was. Sorry guys. I know I'm going way too fast. $8.11. I don't know if we're going to get a chance. We're not going to pick up the Firewing mission tonight because... Are you fucking kidding me? I'm glad we made it through that. Like, that's super good. Excuse me. Oh well. Maybe we'll run into Lucky Strike in the Hong Kong game, actually. If she knows Ractor, maybe that'll work into like a thing later in the story. Because they end up working together, you know, in a side thing from this game. But, man, I would really... It's funny because playing this, and then seeing the Shadowrun Hong Kong Kickstarter going on, I get this feeling like I would really enjoy... I got some money, but I don't need to up anything, I don't think. Just want to have a quick look through if there's anything weird and new. Don't see anything so far. $5,000, wow. Trigger you to dodge the first attack against you each round. Yeah, that seems like a really good thing to have. But, wow, 7,500. Suprathyroid. I haven't heard of that before. Supercharges the body's metabolic functions, adds +1 to all physical attributes. Where am I going to get 7,500? That's a great thing, though. Wow. But yeah, seeing the Kickstarter and seeing the stuff where it's like, oh, you know, hey, how'd you like to be an NPC in the game? Yeah, that sounds actually pretty cool. That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun, actually. So there are some new things in here. Okay. Yeah, I would like that suprathyroid, I think. But I don't think I have any money. That's a pretty legit mod too. Like, if you got money to drop, it's like, yeah, Chris Kluwe, he did the. I think I remember seeing, because he's in this game, isn't he? Or was he in the original Shadowrun Returns? I didn't know anything about Chris Kluwe until. Like, I actually didn't hook those two dots up together until somebody pointed out, like, I think a month ago or something today, that he shows up. But I was like, man, I would really love to put more, like, to get into the game. I think that would be super fun. But sell items. Got that Ganger mask, which I never put on, which is a higher armor value than what I'm currently wearing. I probably can't, I don't have enough of anything to actually sell it to get what I need to get 7,500 anyway. Well, actually, let's look at what his armor looks like. Oh, he's in Shadowrun Returns. Yeah, that sounded familiar. Let's have a look. Thank you, Arclight. Yes! I remember that guy. Yeah, I would certainly have liked to have been, like to get into the game, but of course that's probably not going to happen. And I'm not that concerned about it overall, really. Camouflage full suit. Kevlar line trench coat. Victory Rapid Transit light jumpsuit. Well, I'll consider that as we're kind of doing the tour here. Yeah, the Buffy charismatic troll dressed in purple with white horns, because you know, subtlety. Who did he play for? He was in the NFL, right? Who did he play for again? Was he on the Rams? Because that would make... The horns would be kind of funny, actually. Cafe. He played for the Vikings. Oh, well, that... yeah. Okay, that makes a lot more sense then, too. I can talk to Luca. Eat shit, you too. No, I'm gonna hang on to that cheap booze. I don't know why. Yeah, 25 people back that where you get an NPC. I mean, it's funny, right? Because I would think, for something like that, you should put a cap on that and say there's only so many NPCs we're gonna have in the game. Because you know, if 100 people all of a sudden came along and said we're gonna back this, it's like shit. Now we have to draw 100 NPCs. We have to make them all mean something. You know,
What have you got? I cannot use your wicked Fairlight Excalibur, though I want to. But that's fine. You have... Oh, you have much better decking thingies. Oh, I could sell some of my shittier decking stuff and maybe get some nicer decking stuff. Yeah. Especially the medic one would be probably good. Oh, and maybe also the new sniffer. Oh, those would probably be really good ideas. Let's look at the outfits. Victory, Industrious Coverall, Matrix Echo. +1 intelligence, +1 decking, +1 unit speed control. I probably don't need charisma anymore, so it probably wouldn't help so much. So maybe I should pick up like this. So if I did that, it's this. And then programs. Definitely Sniffer 3 and Medic 3. And probably Degrade and Erosion. Maybe that. Those are kind of my favorites. And then I would sell all my level 1 stuff, which is not really useful anymore. That's fine. And probably that Ganger Mask is not that interesting to me anymore. Probably. Got all that cram. Just walking around with cram in my pockets. I need to drink something when this is all over. That's probably what, yeah, if I hold on until the end of the game, that's like a little unlock for me. It's like, oh, and then you drink the cheap booze, and it's fucking awful. Wow, 64 people have backed the level where you get a portrait in the game and a character in the ebook. Killer is much better than Erosion. Personally, it has half the cooldown. Thank you, Zeragnos. I will consider that. No, we don't need that blaster anymore. Probably don't need to keep these around either, because I can only carry so much as it is into battle. Powerbolt seems pretty legit. I think I will give that to... I will keep giving that to Dietrich. There we go. Equipment we need to sell. I don't know about that. Like, I feel like tube-fired grenade launcher holds 1, area of effect 3. I'm like, I have this. I have holds 6, area of effect 3. This does 2 more damage, and I have to reload it every single frickin' time. I just don't think it's that useful. Yeah, if there's no reason for me to keep that grenade launcher, maybe I'll just sell it. Anyone know if I have to keep that grenade launcher for any reason? Psycho Boy's telling me totally sell the blooper. I kind of agree. Anybody else know if I need to hold on to it at this point? I will open it to straw poll with the chat. Well, not really straw poll. There's no really purpose of that. Yeah, no reason to keep it. Just waiting for the chat to catch up a little bit. Maybe we're lagging. I'm only seeing Psycho Boy posting, actually. Did everyone just jump out of chat? Be like, let's all play a joke on beach. Everyone just leave. Zaraganos says there's no need to hold it. Yeah, I have a feeling. I think we're probably good. Okay. I will sell it. It has been sold. Everyone has missed their chance to do whatever. That gives me 5,500. Oh, I could go get the wired reflexes thing.
So Killer does 125 and has a cooldown of 1. And... oh wow, they're both AP1. Shit, well why would... yeah, Erosion I have to hit. There's 100 IP and ongoing 25p for 2 rounds, so I get 150 out of it, but I could do... but I have to, like, wait on it. Yeah, Killer it is, I think. Killjoy's kind of a neat idea too, but I don't think I have room. I think my Sniffer, Medic, Degrade, Blaster, and Killer. I think that's probably like a good... that's probably a good... Everyone's watching Heather's Secret. I know you're not watching Heather's Secret home stream because our internet sucks. It's nowhere near as fast enough to stream anything from the... oh, Christ. It sucks because... right now we're on 6 down, 1 up. 6 meg down, 1 meg up. I think it's 1 meg up, roughly. I think we'll buy this. And we're gonna put on a different outfit. So I'm going from a +2 charisma, I'm going to +1 intelligence, +1 decking, and +1 ESP control. I really like that tailored suit though, so I don't know if I want to sell it. I might just want to keep it. I should see how much it's worth, though. Maybe I can sell it and it's, like, worth something, but... like, Degrade would be worth it to me if when I used it, it was like AoE. Like AoE, 1 or something, or AoE 2. Yeah, I played through Shadowrun Returns. I don't know if they had Sniffer in that or not, but I'm pretty sure, like, I don't remember seeing it, but maybe it was in there, but pretty sure I never touched it, so it's only worth $750. It's not a big deal. Exit. Okay. Now I am dressed differently, but that is okay. I liked wearing a suit every time I went out and did shit. But yeah, it's... that in Canada costs us, including taxes, $63 a month. Because I'm not getting telephone bundled with it. It's from TELUS. I'm not getting telephone bundled with it. I'm not getting TV bundled with it. I'm just getting internet. And every group in Canada, thank you CRTC, who controls a lot of that stuff, they don't do a very freaking good job of trying to help them drive down the prices. So my choices are TELUS, which is a DSL, or Shaw, which is cable. And if we lived out east, it would be Rogers instead of Shaw, most likely. Or if you lived in Quebec, it would be Videotron, probably. But yeah, there's all these different, like, all my choices are kind of straight. It's not great. Like, we could go to Tech Savvy, and I did the math on it, and for me to get the same service I'm getting right now, it would take me 3 years to pay off my investment in Tech Savvy. So Nayrin's getting $25.2 plus a phone for $100 a month through SaskTel. I would have assumed that SaskTel was would have been cheaper because it's like AGT was in Alberta, or BC Tel used to be in BC before BC Tel and AGT. I think they privatized both and then they merged them together and made TELUS, and that's how TELUS came into being all across Canada. But it's hard to do. It's hard to do internet in Canada, definitely, because running lines over really, really long distances. We are a really big country, so you have to, you're sending lines over a long distance. But the upside of it is that running a line over a long distance that's full of nothing is really easy to do comparatively. You don't have to dig up a lot of shit. It's usually fairly easy to convince the government, please give me access to this piece of land along the side of the highway so I can dig a tunnel and I can drag a fuck ton of fiber through there. Like, that's a little bit easier than if you had to drag it through the city streets. But back to the game. So, you enter the room to find your team preparing. Their faces are grim. Iger looks up and locks eyes with you. Without looking away, she addresses the rest of the team. The Apex down, we have our opening. The estate's main defenses we offline. Attacking the hold fast should be doable now. Still risky, but doable. Yeah, we'll have an opening, sure, but to do what? I mean, with everything just learned, what's our new plan? We enter the estate, locate Vauclair, and shut him down. Same plan, different target. Well, if we fabricated that comm feed, Vauclair might still be innocent. I doubt it. My gut tells me what we saw was real, and second guessing ourselves isn't going to get us anywhere. Fair point. Okay, so let's assume that Vauclair is the one who's behind all this. What's he doing in the lab? How does the dragon tie into this? I mean, the whole thing was always about rescuing the old man from the Firewing. Is she still in the picture at all? Has she ever been? After what Apex showed us, I don't even know what we're trying to stop anymore. There's a lot of dead bodies and no explanation why. Doesn't matter why Vauclair killed Monica and Paul and all those other people in Crazy Bazaar. All that matters is that he did. I'm going to bury him for that. You're welcome to help. I, for one, want answers. Amsel said there was a lot of money flowing into the Harfell estate, and he found evidence that a bioweapon was being stockpiled there. What Vauclair is doing, he had Apex kill his own brother to hide it. I intend to find out what that is. I'm a Glory. I want answers, and we're going to get them, is how I feel about it. Canadian geography. Selin is 92. When you say the middle of Canada, it depends on what part of the middle you would mean. Basically, anything... If you go find Edmonton on a map, Edmonton, Alberta, which is the northernmost capital in Canada. It's the provincial capital of Alberta. And you were to draw a line along following the line of latitude across there. Basically, everything north of Edmonton is smaller towns, and there's not a lot of stuff. The bulk of the Canadian population lives within about 30 minutes of the American border, I believe, is the thing. Like 90% of us. And that's mostly anchored in the fact that Toronto and most of like southern Ontario, and then also Vancouver, that's a big chunk of Canada. But then if you count in everybody else, it's like, well, that's the thing. Like, I'm not forgetting the territories, but there is not much in terms of territories. Territories are huge, and the amount of available space per person in the Northwest Territories, not even counting Nunavut, is still like you're getting square kilometers upon square kilometers per person that you could possibly allocate. Like it would be crazy. But so essentially, the top half of Canada is mostly empty. We don't have to run a lot of stuff up there, but part of I think a thing to think about that's interesting is that in Canada, the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, they had a mission to part of the mission of the CBC is to bring communications to every Canadian, no matter where you live. The CBC has to reach you. Was part of why the CBC got started, as a radio company and then as a television company, or as a Crown Corporation, as you see mentioned in the chat here. Talk about Crown Corporations. The idea with the CBC is that that's its mandate, is that every Canadian has to receive public access to programming that. So it's a state thing. It's run by the state. They have to bring that kind of programming to everybody. So that was a big investment on the part of the federal government to say that we have this huge space covered by a lot of people. We're going to have to put towers everywhere. And AM is great for sending stuff over long distances, and FM a little less so. But you start putting up more towers, and you can start doing repeating stuff. And it's you can have more transmission towers as things went on. You can have FM stations, and you can start to have television. And then, of course, when we have satellite, Canadians, we have satellites that are just for Canadian television broadcast. I think they're known as Anuk or something like that, but I can never remember the name of them. But yeah, it's crazy. They have to cover everybody, which is what makes the Conservative government, I think, hate them to death, because it's like, you guys have to spend so much money supplying programming to everybody, and we hate that because we don't want you to spend all this money, but that's what happens. We'll get into all that crazy shit, but then that comes in the same thing. Like, wireless is great for Canada because, I mean, wireless transmission was a big deal for us for many, many years. And wireless and satellite transmission would actually be the way to do it in Canada. If you were going to have, if you were going to do internet in Canada, wireless and satellite transmission is the way to go. LTE here is very, very easy to roll out to everywhere, as opposed to rolling it out like you would do in the States. Because you have 330 million, 340 million people to cover. Up here we have 37 million people. They all live in bands, fairly centrally located. So it's not quite as difficult. But because somebody like TELUS, they won't supply DSL out to where my parents live, which is a little tiny summer village that's next to a lake. You can get dial-up because you can get a phone line down there, so you rely upon wireless providers, to like rural wireless providers. So you have to go through a company like that, a private internet provider that does things by wireless. And the fact is that if we could do more of that in Canada, if we could actually have more places that were linked together like that, and then we could really do it. I mean, Alberta decided to go with something like, they did something called SuperNet, where they laid great big cable, like lots fat fiber from Edmonton to Calgary, and then chunked it off to other places as well. Basically, all these municipal authorities and educational institutions got access to SuperNet, and it costs money to join SuperNet. But I mean, once you're in there and you're part of the whole thing as well, you have big bandwidth. And the idea with SuperNet, Alberta's big rollout of SuperNet was that they wanted to be able to also roll it out to all the small towns as well. Now, I lived in Olds for 3 years, and if you lived in Olds, you're fortunate because you're right off of the Highway 2 line. It's very easy to chunk off a piece to bring it to Olds College, and then to also send it to the rest of Olds as well, to send it to the library, for example, or any of these other places if we're going to do it like that. And the idea was there would be funds made available so that at Olds Library, for example, we could get computers, and as long as we make them accessible to people for SuperNet access, it's like that way people can access the Alberta SuperNet. They can get on the internet. The government pays for that, so that everyone has access to the internet that way, and we're supposed to supply that for free. So they will give us the computer, or we apply for funds to buy a computer or a few computers. We make those public access terminals. We also had that in Norquest College, where I worked in Edmonton, is that there was a couple computers that were designated public access. You did not have to be a college student or a staff member to use these computers. They were there for the public to come in and use if they needed to, because it was provided as a service to get people onto the internet, and libraries do that all the time. So that's great because the government can invest in that, but private citizens don't have access to the SuperNet. At least I've never heard of it being made in a way to do that, and if they did, that might change things. Olds laid fiber under the entire town, and they have started a company called ONET. If you go o-net.ca, you can actually see what they're doing. And I could have had fiber trunked to the house where I was living, but it's $1,500 to terminate it at my house, which is crazy. So I wasn't going to pay for that. The person who owns the place could pay for that if they wanted to. That was the idea. Is they said, people will pay for this. So you can get fiber to your house, and then once you've got it terminated at your location, you can do. When you sell your house, you can say, "Oh yeah, this is a line item benefit. Is that my house is hooked up to ONET, and now I have fiber directly to the house, essentially run by the municipality, except it's not, because it's kind of a public-private partnership." And that was something that got me, as I'm kind of like, what we need is a municipal organization, and ONET did not strike me as it was a municipal organization. It struck me as a public-private partnership, and therefore that means that at some point the public-private partnership is going to make a decision about how much they're charging per month. And I mean, at that point, if it's like, oh, it's going to be $65 a month to get on this thing, or $95 a month, it's like, you have helped no one get fiber into the premises at this point. If I have to pay $100 a month to get fiber in, it's no better for me when I'm barely downloading anything. And in that town, there's not a lot of people that would be doing a lot of that kind of, being like, I need to have the fiber, right? So $100 a month for everything, TV, phone, and internet. If you did that, maybe that would, you know, attract some people. But that still was like some of those things. It's like laying wires in Canada still doesn't solve all these problems. And maybe the wireless thing would, but then you get interference, and then you get, like, when snowstorms. When snowstorms happen, the wireless goes to shit, and now everybody loses access to everything. So it's either way you do it, it's always going to suck. So anyway, I'm just done bitching about internet in Canada. I think wireless would be the way to go if you could actually do it, but I don't see that being a thing. Let's finish up the story here since we got 25, 30. I'm going to give you about 30 minutes, I think. You just started a little bit late. But you go looking for answers. I won't get in your way. When the time comes to put a bullet in Vauclair's brain, I'll be there to make it happen. This is your show, Chief. Whatever you choose to do, I'll come along for the ride. We're going to find out what's happening in that hold fast, and we're going to stop it. You lead, and I'll follow, boss. Team's good to go. What's our next move? Hit the estate, find Vauclair, and extract whatever information we can, improvise from there. We got the keys to the castle, let's say that we use them. We got stalking time to go do it. We did the horror female before, we already know what we need to know. We already know what we need to know to do it again. You're riding a bike, you never forget, except you weren't there, but it may be simple, but taking the same approach unless it would be a mistake. I'll defer to your judgment. What would you suggest? Reviewing the intel that Al sent us and compared to what I gathered in the original run, there's been a substantial increase in the number of heat signatures on the ground. That means new security troops, lots of them. Great. We know that we're coming. That just means we'll be fighting in a target-rich environment. Works for me. We want to get into the lab here as quickly as possible, so this is just bypassing the main floor of this estate entirely. You can enter through the servants' entrance that you escaped through last time. Fortunately, they blocked off the route we used between the stables and the tree line. It means we're going to have to fight our way there. Assuming we make it across the grounds alive, what about Vauclair? Actually, once we're in, how do we find Vauclair? The lab that Vauclair was talking about wasn't on the ground floor, so in the basement or sub-level, go down, scour every level until we find it. Might take a while. The facility could be massive. There's clearly a lot more to it than we saw. We have no way of knowing how far underground that complex extends. We're prepared for extended search then. Ammo won't be a problem. Who's got any reservations about this? Now's the time to say it. Nothing to say. We do what we have to do. That's it. Finish gearing up. Head to the back of the safe house and meet you when we stash the van. Talk to the dog. Pet him. Updates on Alexander. Let's go talk to Glory, because she wandered off. I have a new coat. Okay. Poke at the computer. Oh, that's dumb. I don't want to do that. Go back. Shadowland BBS. Search relevant keywords. Nothing. Post pay data. Go back. Go back. Walk away. That's my stash. Nothing in there. Go talk to Iger. Arclight pointed out a thing about Elon Musk's plan to use internet satellites in low Earth orbit. I should actually go read a little bit about that, because I did see him mention that. So, yeah. Mystic I'm to remind everyone in my party to bring a drinking glass along so we can celebrate with the cheap booze when we're done. Should you talk about what Apex said? Yeah, I figured as much. Well, I don't want to say that. I lied to you, killed a member of my own team, I did both of things, but I don't regret any of it. It's okay, I just want to give you the opportunity to tell your side of the story. Fair enough. Happened like this. Hoffman, Jack, and the boxed out of cover. Leroy Jenkins. At the worst possible moment, Wolf had his throat torn out by shrapnel, and the rest of the team were riddled with bullets who attempted to fall back. I took 3 rounds just like I said. Only one man came out of it unscathed. Hoffman. Fucking Hoffman. Slip away and evade capture is no easy feat, beat what we did it, all the while Hoffman apologizing for what he did. He knew how badly he screwed up. My partner saw red every time I looked at him, but he was a member of the team. It was my responsibility to get him back across the border. I limped that 50 miles with a through and through in my left calf and 2 rounds buried in my right shoulder. Hoffman carried most of the gear. Once reached the Odernise line, where we were spotted not by border authorities but by a farmer. He saw us and we saw him. We all froze. Maybe screwed if he reported us, but pretty good sized people up in a good deal. He wasn't a threat. He might have been a bit of my dad, actually. Kind old troll with leathery skin and a long white beard. There was a mean bone in his body, I was sure of it. So Dad decided to talk him down, step forward and introduce myself and apologized for trespassing his field. Talked for a while and he promised not to alert the border authorities. Put my hand on my shoulder and told me that we were doing God's work. Figured. He's going to say something else. I'll never know what it was. Hoffman put a bullet in his brain. I remember standing there watching the light go out of the sweet old man's eyes while his blood poured from the neat round hole in his forehead. Remember Hoffman saying something about protecting the team. We couldn't take the chance that he was lying. You pick now to say, oh, I was protecting the team. Holy fuck. Who? Wow. Shit. Sorry, Omnicrat. She is not in today, but she will be in tomorrow. Yeah. I'll go with number 1. Rose from New, whatever I did, but I'm going to be not for a second. What you had to do, Agar, was my place to judge. It's Cabo BG and Leah's team, of course, your place to judge. I think you saw what it needed to be done and that you did it, despite the fact that it meant killing a fellow soldier. I don't think that at all! And it's quite alright, I don't mind people asking after where Heather is. I figured that was going to happen tonight, so I certainly don't mind. And I know that ultimately you all like coming to the stream and why. If not, you would have probably all left by now, so I don't mind that so much. It's quite alright. I'm glad you stick around. I mean, really, right? Look, you murdered that kid. He did so. He fucked up so like multiple times. Then he decides to do something that he thinks is that is like, oh, I'm doing the right thing. And yeah, you turn around and you murder the kid. Like, it's like it's not. Yeah, killing a fellow soldier, like, it's still somebody on your team, and you know better than to do that. You let your emotions get the better of you. I understand why. And holy shit, like, I'm not gonna ever hold it against you, but still, you still murdered that kid. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Call whatever he wants. He deserved to die. Maybe you're right, maybe he did, so you need to be done. Despite the fact that I don't know. He was green, like you said, and he never should have been in a position to make those mistakes in the first place. It wasn't your fault that he was, but it wasn't fully his either. I mean, that's also true. Like, it's not your fault. It's not really fully his fault. Somebody else fucked up. But... yeah, I'm still gonna go, no, he didn't. Yeah, you're right. Didn't want to get skunked off. He was an idiot and a murderer, but he's also experienced and oversight. He couldn't help that. Still get a feeling it was the right thing to do, though, and even if it weren't, I'd done it anyway. What does it say about me? I'm gonna say the number one. Yeah, we're gonna go with number one. Like, this, when it says, you're a killer, not a soldier, welcome to the club, if there was more about me where I've, like, killed people in the past, where I just straight up killed people, like in her same kind of situation, then I feel better about saying welcome to the club. But I think it's more like, she's right where she belongs. You're right, I am. On some level, I think I've known that for a long time now. Alright, cool. And then we're going to start dating after this. It's going to be weird for the whole crew. Oh, Shock Splicer, happy birthday. Alright. Still have an Apex key card. Neat. Let's spend some karma on anything. We have 12. Let's take more charisma. Can I get another? Oh, I could totally get another charisma point and get new etiquette? No, I don't get new etiquette until way later. Yeah. That was new etiquette. That's new etiquette. So I'm out of etiquette at this point. Doesn't really matter then. Now, decking is super important. I've always said that. If you don't deck in this game, clearly something is wrong. Jesus. Okay, more decking it is, I think. I can't use Excalibur. I can't even, like, afford it at this point anyway. So even if I did this, and we took that, which I can't. Why is that? Oh, because I only have 5, that's why. So I could take that, ups my decking a little bit, take more ESP control, I could do this. Biotech bonus. Use move 4 to burn. Cut out my willpower so I don't get hurt by magic attacks. I don't know if I have the money is the problem, right? Like, if I take this... Like, I feel like that's a safe bet. I should really up my ESP control, definitely. That puts me in the position where, like, yeah, I can buy that better deck, I guess. I don't know if I have the money for it. I might as well go check. But I thought I spent a F-ton of money, and I didn't think I would be able to make it fit, but well, we'll go see. More decking will probably help. Chance to hit is higher, which is excellent too. I also gain that Mark Target 3, plus I have that Laser Eye. Laser Eyes. Oh no, poor Lurbot. Lurbot is now full of birthday cake. Thank you, Arclight. Thank you for jamming it into his cooling housings. Alright, 2 karma left over. Who cares? Go there. Now, let's go see if I can buy that deck. I have no idea how much money I have. Two grand. I think it was more than that. Oh, I see. Yeah. I still want to. I still would like to maybe go with Tech Savvy at some point. I think that would be pretty cool. Because it sounds like when you pay for the unlimited access with Tech Savvy, like we only get Tech Savvy DSL. Tech Savvy also offers cable. They're a local loop unbundler, but so we have to pay the loop fee. And when like I said, did all the math on that, and it kind of turned into, yeah, it's $5 grand. I am low by 3. I would have to sell a lot of shit. Now, maybe I have a lot of shit to sell. $1,750. That would get me $3,750. That's still not enough. I could sell one of my guns. That would get me to $4,500. I need to sell another $500 worth of stuff. Could sell some shitty med kits. How much are they worth? I could sell some drugs. That's a great idea. Always sell drugs. Always be selling drugs. We got them fetishes. I'm going to hang on to that fetish. I think that's a good idea. But I've heard that Tech Savvy's customer service is amazing, and when you pay for unlimited access, that's what you get. Is you get unlimited access. They even had a thing called Mind the Cap, where they were doing a thing where it's like, we will let you have unlimited access between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m., something like that. And I mean, modern torrent programs will allow you to schedule when you want to do stuff. So I could just turn around and be like, oh, well, because you can buy, like, they'll be like, we'll give you 300 gigs in a month, or we'll just give you, like, unlimited. And I'm like, 300 gigs in a month? Given what I download these days, I probably won't even go anywhere near it. So maybe it is not a bad idea to do that. And if I can get better, I could sell my cloth suit that gives me charisma. Let's add up some things here. Sell my Fuchi. That would give me, and then I would need to sell one more thing. But yeah, it's. I think it would be. Sorry, my Kyred. Hopefully, you can explain that I'm not selling drugs in real life. I'm only selling drugs online. If it makes any difference, I won't sell any of them to you. All right, cram. Bliss, Kamikaze, all them med kits. So why is it I have a basic med kit that'll sell for $75? It appears to be one that cannot be used outside of combat. Why wouldn't I just do that? That's interesting. That would give me exactly the amount of money I would need with like a few Nuyen left over. This seems to be the right move. Plus I still get to keep my weird guns. Pharmacist Judge. That's an interesting occupation to have. Oh Christ, Hosk, that's awful. Oh no. So Lord Hosk was having a problem where he called AT&T to say that they were throttling Twitch, and they're like, no, not us. You should contact the service you're having trouble with, because that's how that shit works. We have nothing to do with the internet. I don't even know why you're calling us. And he said, no, I tested it. On my phone or on Comcast, it's fine. It's only Twitch and it's only YouTube and it's through your servers. It's garbage. And they said, well, have you tried running a speed test? That's why you're not allowed to punch people over the phone. Alright, we do this. God willing, we get there. 5,006! Hooray! I can afford the nice deck. Now I have room for 6 programs and 3 ESPs, and I don't have any of that, but I have 4 ESPs, so that's good. I can take 1 more with me. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 programs. I have room for 6 now, and I do not have any more money to buy another program. But I can have 1 more ESP, and I have better evasion, and I get 4 AP. Ooh, this was actually very much worth it. And more IP to myself. That's nice. IP to myself. Everyone repeat after me. IP to myself. We're not going to take... Room Sweeper seems funny, but maybe I won't take that. I don't know, though. Now that we're looking at it. Area of effect of 6. And I get... It's a pistol, so I get reloads. I get my automatic reloads. This has Smart Link, this does not. So, accuracy up versus spread. Why not for fun? Because I think I need to take the grenade launcher because that's probably going to come in handy. Though I mean, as a long-range weapon, like, it does 3 damage. Or, so it has area of effect of 3, which is nice. This is area of effect of 6, and does more damage, hopefully. Maybe what I should do is keep the grenade launcher, like, put that aside. Because I actually really, like... Does it strip armor? I can't remember if this thing strips armor or not. Okay, I just was told how to pronounce the name. Oh, it's Malkairad. Malkairad. Sorry, I kept saying it as an I, M-A-I. Malkairad. Just to be to anybody else who may never come into the chat, there are some funny people in the chat, and maybe you should come by sometime and just enjoy the chat with them because they're pretty good. Okay. But a long-range weapon is a good idea. I mean, I have medium range, long range, medium range. Having something long range is not a bad idea. And in terms of stopping power, it's not going to do much. This is going to do better, but at long range, this is, well, F it. Let's just take a risk. I thought I could carry a 4th thing. Like, I thought I had 3 weapons available to me at whatever time, but... Oh well. This is my loadout now. Everyone has been maxed out? Yes, they have. And that sniper rifle thing was a good idea. Yeah, the lure chat is around all the time, in fact. So if you wanted to go hang out, you can totally go do that. And the Desert Bus Survivor chat, I think, is a separate chat, so you can go do that too. I don't... Here's the problem, guys. It's 9 o'clock. I think if I click the thing, we are starting the last mission. If I click the thing and start the last mission, then I have to save, and it's like, oh hooray, we've saved. And where does that actually, we've started the round and nothing really happens. And that doesn't really please me. So what I would rather do is save, quit game, maybe chat with you guys a little bit. Yes, so irc.desertbus.org is a location of the DB Survivors chat. So if you watched Desert Bus at some point and you really, really enjoyed watching Desert Bus, the DB Survivors chat is where you can go to interact with people who are left behind, who decide that they want to stick around and keep the chat running all year. Of course, we have the lure chat going on here on Twitch. I don't think it's any other IRC thing, it's here, so you want to be here. You only got one break tonight, which is not so bad. I should really just break for commercial right now anyway, and then just, talk to you for like 15 minutes and then break for commercial again, but that would be really, weak of me, and I'm not going to do that. I like that the encouragement I'm getting from people where it's like, no, you should totally go ahead and do the mission. It's actually really not that long when you think about it. So, yeah. You can come in here and you can also go to the Desert Bus chat if you'd like to as well. Oh, irc.twitch.tv is the location of the Twitch IRC, but you need an OAuth token, so you need to have OAuth. If you don't have open authentication, then that's the thing. Okay, I guess what we'll do is we'll shut it down, ostensibly, and then we'll talk a bit, and then I'll for real say goodbye. But we'll do the talk about. We'll do my standard breakdown, and I am going to work off of a list of things. So I got my, I got some stuff replaced in my phone, and there's a story. Let me just look up my thing, and I'll tell you the story once we're. F it, I'll tell you the story right now. Actually, no, I can't because I have 9% left on my phone, and I just want to be sure I get all this stuff out. So, you have been watching Beej's Backlog, and I am Beej, and thank you for joining me tonight. I was going to say us, and I realized I'm by myself. Well, there's the chat. So thank you, chat, for joining the rest of us in the chat as well. And thank you, anybody who's watching, who is not in the chat, but for joining us on Loading Ready Live tonight here on Twitch TV. If you've liked what you saw, stay tuned. You can go to bed if it's bedtime or go to work or whatever. Because the next show up is Heather's Handhelds with Heather Deary. That is my wife. That starts at 12 p.m. Pacific, which is 4:30 Newfoundland, I'm sure. If you like the show, there are multiple ways to support us here at Loading Ready Run, who do Loading Ready Live. There is subscribing to the channel, which gives you access to all the custom emotes and all the other things that you're used to Twitch. You know what you get out of this deal, because I'm still not clear on it. If you don't want to subscribe to us, that's fine. You can also follow us, because following us gives us a good idea of the number of people who come into the channel, and also lets you know when we're doing stuff, when things are starting to stream and all that kind of stuff. You get notifications, whatever else. The other way, though, well, we'll get to that in a second. Sorry. I need to restructure this so it all makes more sense when I'm actually saying it, but I always have a list of things. You might also want to check out loadingreadyrun.com or lrr.cc. We are an internet sketch comedy troupe. We do all sorts of sketches and funny stuff and whatever, such as... We've done 11 years worth of weekly sketches that you can go check out all over YouTube, but they are also concentrated at our website. You can watch the crap shots, which are like live-action yonkoma. It is 0 to 60 seconds, sometimes less, worth of comedy. Just enough to get a nice little joke out that sometimes you can't turn into an entire sketch. That's also hosted on our YouTube channel. You can also watch Feed Dump or Unskippable. Those are both for the Escapist magazine, and Feed Dump also is uploaded to our YouTube channel as well. You can also watch Friday Nights, which there's a new episode of it out, I think? I don't know. I'll go home and find out, I'm sure, when I get there. But Friday Nights is the sketch series we do for Wizards of the Coast, and it is about Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering, the card game. We also do Tabletop Deathmatch, which is a reality TV show, I guess not TV, but a reality show for Cards Against Humanity. I believe we're on the second season of that. You'll go find out. You'll go see it, and you'll see all the stuff that we do. We also do podcasts, such as Tap Tap Concede, and that's about Magic the Gathering. And we also do the Lurecast, which is not about Magic the Gathering. It's about other things, which is why I tend to be on the Lurecast. But you can check out both of those, and they are weekly podcasts now, and I'll tell you why. Because we have a whole bunch of new stuff coming up this year. It is funded by you, our fans. It is our Patreon. Thank you for supporting our Patreon. And you can go check it out at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. You know who else has Patreons? Alex is a Patreon. You should go check out Alex Stacey's Patreon as well. He is a fine crew member of Loading Ready Run, and he is doing Patreons, and he has been doing sketching for Ted, which is his cat that sadly passed away recently. But he's doing all sorts of streaming and the stuff that he does. Go check out the Patreon. Go support him. Also, go support Featherweight. He is the cartoonist emeritus of Loading Ready Run. He does the Stolen Jokes official webcomic for Loading Ready Run. Go check out Stolen Jokes on our website, but go check out his Patreon as well to support him. And you can find me, if you're interested. I don't have a Patreon. What I do have is an improv troupe. That is Synaptic Chaos Theatre. We are a Canada-based improv comedy troupe. We also, that's improv/comedy because we do comedy as well. It's in fact how we kind of met Loading Ready Run. Our website's at synapticchaos.com. It's synaptic-chaos.com. If you want to see us at a convention in your area, you can do that. Get a hold of people at the convention. Say, hey, I've seen these guys online. They're pretty good. You can also come to conventions we're at, and then you can tell people for real, like, no, for real, I saw these guys in person, and they're actually pretty damn good. We are kind of, we have the geeky bent, so we will do anime and sci-fi and gaming and all those great cons. We cost money. It's not cheap to get us out there to perform. For example, we are going to TsukinoCon coming up in February here. That is at the University of Victoria. It is tsukinocon.com. So please go check out that if you're in the area, if you want to come see us perform as well. Lur will be there, I believe, as well. But we are also doing other cons throughout the year. We have been confirmed, I believe, for Anime Evolution in Vancouver. And I'm, of course, looking into other cons to be at as well. You can also watch me do improv, me and Ian and Graham and some other guys. We had done improv at PAX, PAX Prime in previous years, and we'll probably do that again, and hope PAX Prime coming up. I'd like to be able to do that at other PAXs too, but of course it costs so much money. So that is it for all of the things I have to mention, I think. Oh, there's also Temple of the Lava Bears. That's right, because that is a thing that is still ongoing, and I believe my episodes are still churning out. So go check those out if you want to watch what happens when Loading Ready Run promises to play a campaign that Jer made for fulfillment of Kickstarter tiers, and our own tiers, in fact. I had a lot of fun doing those. Super, super fun. So all my episodes have just ended, so you've watched all of me, and you'll be able to see all the new stuff coming up, I'm sure, because if you've watched the last episode, you know that there's more Lava Bears coming. Right. I have all this room, so I get to swivel a whole bunch. It's fun. I don't have to keep my hand on the mouse and whatever, so it's kind of like, whee! So I got my phone fixed this weekend, mostly. So I've been sick for the last week, or I was sick last week. I will stop swiveling. Sorry, if you find it irritating, I will stop swiveling. I didn't. Okay, I see. My wife has now said that the swiveling back and forth is driving her nuts. I will stop. I should probably just face like dead on the camera. So I got my phone fixed this week. And because I've been sick all this week, and I when I got up, I went to go sit at the kitchen table to eat breakfast, and I pull up my phone and I hit the power button, and I felt something move, and then nothing. That was it. It just stopped working. The power button stopped working, I should say. So my phone, I could turn it on by hitting the home button, but I could not turn it off by hitting the power button, which meant that if the phone was unlocked, I basically had to wait for it to lock itself, which is fine. It also means I couldn't power the phone off if I wanted to, and if the phone ever did run out of batteries, there's no way I'd be able to restart it again either. So I'm like, so that's no good, so this has to get fixed. And I'm thinking to myself, I started swiveling again, F. So I started thinking about well, I also have a problem with my home button. That sometimes when I press the home button, I have an iPhone 4S. Sometimes when I press the home button on my iPhone, sometimes it registers it as a double click, which is frustrating because it takes you into the multitasking, and I don't want to do that. So I decided that, well, I better get that fixed. And I'm like, well, my phone's also 2 years old because I've had it forever, and the battery life was recently starting to suck. Or feels like it's been starting to suck. So I'm like, maybe what I'll do is I'll just get it replaced and then we'll go from there. So then I'm like, well, I'm home anyway. Let's just get into this. Let's try to figure out, must be somebody in town who can fix this. Because we don't have Apple Store in Victoria. Over, was it 350, 400, 500,000 people on this entire island. And if you want to go to an Apple Store, you have to go to the mainland. You have to go to Vancouver to go to an Apple Store. Everything else is all third-party people, which I kind of understand in a way. But even having, like, if they opened a friggin', like, Apple Store in Nanaimo, that would be more handy, because it would be simpler to just drive up there if I needed to do that than take the goddamn ferry and ride for 3 hours and then go through all of Vancouver and pay all that money to ride the ferry and shit. Anyway, so it's a bunch of third-party repair places here, a bunch of them, and there's some that are, very, like, we are an official Apple authorized whatever, we do all this and that and whatever, and I'm sure they would hate it if an Apple Store came here. And there's the guys who work out of their house, and so I was looking online, and I thought, well, I'm going to try a few different places. Here's a guy he has a website, it's not, like, flashy, it looks pretty simple, all the contact details on it are essentially like, you can email me, or you can text me, and I'm kind of like, Oh, you're a dude who does this. You're not like a whole company of people who do this. It's like your texting is just going to go straight to you. Huh. All right. So I call a few people, and this all happens like at about like 3. Yeah, it happens at 3:30 on like a Thursday or a Friday or whatever. So it's kind of like, yeah, on Thursday. So I'm like, I'm boned. There's no way I'm going to get my phone in to get repaired anywhere. And so I called a couple places, and they quoted me to fix home button, power button, and put a new battery in. It was going to cost me about $150. One place I called, in fact, I asked the guy, he's got a 4S, all right, I want to fix all these things, how much? And he said, oh, dude, you should just buy a new phone. To which I responded, you're not even going to bother telling me how much it's going to cost to fix my phone. You're just going to tell me to go buy a new phone. Is that it? Is that how this business works? And he's like, I mean, I can look it up. How about you look that up for me? How about that you do what I asked you to do when I damn well called you? It's just like, Jesus Christ, man. Just tell me how much it's going to cost and then say it would cost you this much to buy a new phone. Maybe you want to figure that shit out. So, this is a well-respected company in town, whose name I'm not going to say, because I don't think they're like this all the time, but it was one thing that just kind of bugged me. I was like, Jesus, this attitude. It's not even like the end of the day, but... called another place. They said if you get it into us right now, it takes about 2 hours. We can probably get it done by 6 because that's when we close, but we might not be able to. Texted this other guy and said, how much to do this? And he gets it back to me, and he's like, oh, yeah, all that. I could do that for $80. Huh? When? He's like, oh, how about you bring it by 7:30 tonight? Okay. When I get it back? Oh, I'll have it for a couple hours. I'll give it back to you. A couple hours will be fine. All right. Where do I bring it? He's like, oh, I live. Come to Royal Roads University campus. I live at this address. This is a company with their thing online, but it's just this dude. So I go to his house. And this is where he works. He works out of his house, works in his basement, I believe. And I'm like, oh, whatever. So I hand him my phone. I forgot to give him my passcode, but it didn't really matter. He's replacing stuff. And I'm like, I didn't really think maybe he'd need to test it. I should have turned the passcode off. All these things. So I give him my phone. I go shopping. I forget to buy cooking oil. Go to my friend's house. I forget to pick up the thing that I went there to see Dan and Manny. You guys have you've seen Dan on the program before, so I go see Dan. And I go pick up the bag, except I forget to get this bag, our improv bag for what we're doing, and hang out there, have a great conversation. Go back to this guy's house. He gives me the phone. He's like, "Hey, it all fixed. It works." And I'm like, "Great." So I get it from him. I pay him $80. $80, here you go, cash, whatever, sweet. I leave, go home. Power button feels a little funny. It doesn't have the same click to it anymore, but it does work. When you press it, push down on it, it does shut the thing off, but doesn't press. Like there's little pieces in there, but for some reason it just doesn't seem to work. So anyway, but I'm like, well, I paid $80. I guess this is what I get. Then it's fine because everything works. And they got a battery replacement. He showed me the, I'm like, okay, cool. He said he replaced the battery. Sure, whatever. It's everything's chill. He showed me the parts he took out, but how am I going to know those from the parts that were actually in there, right? So anyway, but the home button works great. Go home. 2 a.m. Home button fails, and doesn't just fail like stops reacting. Like Siri comes on and she will not go away. I try to dismiss her and she comes right back. I shut off the phone and I basically click the top of the phone to lock it, and then I click the button again and it comes to the lock screen, and then I try to swipe but it won't let me, and it comes up with Siri automatically, and I'm just like, oh shit, what's going on? Like my phone has gone nuts. So I power the phone off, swipe, and then turn it back on again. And now the home button doesn't work at all, which means because it's constantly being registered. And I'm like, that's the problem. It's constantly holding the button down is what the problem is. I'm using my phone at 2 a.m. because I'm sick, and I have trouble sleeping. That's what happens. I read shit in the middle of the night. It's not a good idea, but it's what happens. So now I'm mad because I also wanted to go to work the next day, but I was also, now I'm pissed. Like I was trying to fall asleep, and now I'm just mad because I'm like, I thought I got this thing fixed. I'd be able to go to work. I was supposed to go to work today, but I couldn't get up in time and then missed whatever. And so it's like, And so now I'm mad. So now I'm trying to fall asleep, but I can't. And I'm pissed off, and I'm looking online to see why this stuff is happening. You go to the living room and doing this. Heather's sleeping completely soundly because she can do that while I'm being mad. And now I'm trying to figure this out. I'm pissed off. I can't get to sleep. The cat wants to be cuddled, and I'm like, sure, I'll pet the cat. Maybe they'll calm me down. Nope, that's not working. He goes away anyway. So I just send him an email, and I say, this has happened. He's like, oh no, bring it back. I will fix it. Wait, no, that happened the next night. Right. No, I got home, or was it the next day? Whatever the frig happened, he's like, oh no, bring it by, I will fix it. So I bring it by to get fixed. And he takes it from me. He's got it for about 2 hours, and I come back. The button is now fixed. I'm like, sweet, awesome, great. Oh, I forgot to pick up that bag that I left to Dan and Manny, so I'm going to go there. So I get in the car. I call Manny immediately. I haven't even left this guy's place really. I'm like parked. I just go in the car and I'm going to just make sure the home button works. Yeah, everything's cool. Okay, sweet. Let's call Manny. So I call. Yes, I left off the part in the story where I was mad that Heather was able to sleep and I couldn't, and then she kept kicking because that happens. And so I got pissed off, and I was like, if I can't sleep, nobody can sleep. So I yanked all the covers off of her too. I'm like, aha, that'll show you. Then I immediately felt guilty, and then I thought, wait, maybe that'll stop her from kicking. Maybe she's kicking because she's too warm. I don't know. And she's fine for like a minute. I'm like, okay, good. Maybe I can get to sleep, but I'll have to cover her back up. And then she kicks again. I'm like, oh, fuck. And she kicks again. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I put the covers back, and I was like, okay. I feel bad, and now that's the thing. So there's that story. Anyway. So now it's like Friday. I call Manny, except she's busy, so I'm like, okay, whatever. That didn't get through. Because it just basically, I tried to dial her, and the thing just goes, oh, person busy. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll drive to the house. So I drive to the house, pick up the bag, go home. Actually come here for the Let's Nope. You guys saw me drop in for the Let's Nope, and I'm like, okay, cool. We're going to go eat later, so I better go make a reservation so we can go eat later. And I haul up my phone. It's like 9 o'clock. And I make a phone call, put it up to my ear. No ringing at all. And I'm like, what? Weird. Why isn't it ringing? Huh? Look at the phone. It's been connected for 16 seconds. I'm like, hello? Hello? I'm sorry, I can't hear. If you're there, I can't hear. I'm sorry, I'm going to hang up. My apologies. Hang up the phone. Go get Heather's phone. And I'm like, what did this guy F up when he fixed my phone again? Get Heather's phone, test it out. My earpiece doesn't work. And now I'm like, well, what the well, okay, whatever. Fine. You know what? He's already fixed the one thing. I'll take it back to him and I'll get him to fix it again. It's frustrating. Every time I do this is a 25-minute drive out and a 25-minute drive back. So there's that. So I drive out there. the next day, because I get a hold of him like at home. I text him, I think, on the thing, and I'm like, yeah, now the earpiece isn't working and I don't know why. And he doesn't get back to me until the next day. And he's like, which is fine. I mean, it's like the weekend for him, right? He's probably doing stuff, so he probably isn't thinking or checking or doing whatever. It's like, it's understandable. But he gets the thing, he's like, I have no idea why that would have happened. Bring it back out to me. You may have to leave it for a while, but I will look into it and I'll fix this. I'm like, great. So I drive it back out to him. I leave it with him. He's like, I don't know. I says, yeah, well, here. And I show him. He's like, oh, that's really weird. I'll give you a loaner. So he gives me an old iPhone 4 and he puts my SIM card into it. He's like, now I can text you when I'm done. I'm like, okay, great. He said, I might need it longer than just a couple hours. I said, that's fine. So he has it 4 hours. 4 hours he has it for. And he gets back to me and he says, Cheeto Jack, thank you for subscribing. That's awesome of you. Thank you so much. Sub hype. So now I'm like, well, he's got it for 4 hours, and he texts me and he's like, yeah, I don't know why your earpiece isn't working, because I took the speaker out. Like, I read the iFixit guide on how to do this. I did to see, and it's lots of steps. You take a lot of things out. I think it said Cheeto Jack. Yeah, Cheeto Jack. So I know you're taking a lot of things out of the phone, and I'm kind of like, the fact that everything goes back together again, I'm like, that is amazing to me. Like, I have done surgery on my DS before to change the shell on it, and that was a lot of work. And it was fun, but it was 2 hours of work for me, never having done it before, and I'm like, the phone is probably way more intricate and way more of a problem, so... what happened, he took the earpiece off, because the earpiece speaker actually fits on a cable, and that cable assembly is what actually is supposed to hold something in place, apparently. And so he extracted the speaker from where it is, and then he hooked up, like he had a set of headphones, and he had cut the end off of it so he had bare leads, and he hooked them to both sides, because it's just a speaker. And he plugged it into a phone, and he actually, like, he ran music and stuff through it. He's like, yeah, the speaker works. So I tried another assembly, and then I tried another assembly. I tried 3 different things, and all those speakers work, and something on your phone does not work. And I don't know why it's doing this. So I'm just kind of like, okay. And he said, I want to give you a full refund, because this is not how I roll. Like, I don't just give people back phones that are broken and whatever. And I said, well, you don't have to, like, it doesn't have to be a full refund. And he's like, oh, well, but no, I have to do something. And I just thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Let's just call it even. And he's like, really? And I'm like, well, yeah. When you think about it, I mean, that $80, I mean, the cost of the parts you put into my phone that I needed to replace in the first place, the fact that you're able to do it as soon as you could, and labor, like, you put work into this. You put a lot of. He's like, well, yeah. I mean, I even spent 4 hours today on it, and I'm like, I understand that. And I mean, at this point, I think you should just keep it. I think that's fine. So, like, and Captain Spam points out here, I gotta be honest, the guy sounded very thorough with the speaker testing. It's true. It's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. I have a feeling. It is just one of these things where it's like, I would love to send it to Apple. It's out of warranty, so it would cost me a fortune to get it fixed. But it's like, I wanted it fixed. And now that part is broken. I was planning on selling the phone, but now I can't. I'll have to sell it as like, oh, this thing is damaged. And even if I unlock it, it's like, this thing is damaged in some way. And so, that sucks, because now it's kind of like, I can plug in a set of headphones and I can hear people when I'm making the call. If I get my Bluetooth headset back out, I can use that again to make calls with, and that should be fine. So it's just the earpiece that doesn't work. You can use, Ian told me this, you can use accessibility settings on the iPhone to tell it to always default to speakerphone mode. You can choose automatic routing or earpiece routing or speaker routing. I said just route it to speaker from now on. That means that I can still get calls, and I can make calls and talk to people, and I can still do all that kind of stuff. I'm like, that should be fine for now. And it does make me think that, yes, maybe I will take it to another place and say, hey, my earpiece is broken. Can you fix that? Like, go to one of these companies and be like, this is the one thing I need fixed on this. And maybe they'll be like, oh, well, that's going to be $60. I'm like, fine. But at that point, I'm up to $140. And I can get an iPhone 4S unlocked from the States for like $160 on eBay. Like almost $200 like on Buy It Nows, but I bet you I could just get one straight out, whatever, like still working and stuff. And I'm like, I could just do that to replace it. But really, I should just go get an iPhone 6. Like, I'm kind of due for... we haven't had any anime talk tonight. I will tell them one thing that I'm excited about in a second about anime, but yeah. But it's like, I could just go get an iPhone 6 at this point, and I think I probably just will. At some point. I'll use this phone as long as I kind of feel comfortable with it. I might... Like, I mean, 4S, what I was going to do is do every 2 years. Like, oh, I've got a 4S. Well... wait to the 5S. 5S came out and I was kind of like, it's the long phone. I don't know if I like that. I also don't really have the money to do that right now. We'll wait for the 6. We'll see what happens. The 6 comes out. I'm like, that's a big phone. I don't know if I really like the big phone. But I've held a few and I'm like, that's actually not so bad. The thinner and the lighter weight, I'm like, that really offsets a lot, like with the larger screen for me in a way. And it's like, it doesn't feel so big. Weirdly. Like, it should feel big, but it doesn't really feel so big. Definitely not a 6 Plus person. I've held Graham's got a 6 Plus, and it's massive, and I'm like, I'm not a fan of that at all. So, yeah, just kind of like, then I'm left with this phone that I'm like, what do I do with it? I guess I could, you know, get it unlocked and flip it online, and, you know, for maybe $60 or something like that, for somebody else who wants to fix it. I could, wow, Antitonic, you had to replace yours today. Antitonic replaced his iPhone 4 with a 6 because the buttons broke on it. Because at a certain point, it's like, it's hard, it's almost doesn't make any sense to pay for the fixing of it. So, yeah, so as Arclight has put it, the moral of the story is 2 stand-up guys get screwed over due to capricious technology. And that's just kind of, that shit happens, right? So, just kind of, I might wait for a 6S. Like, I might see how long I can wring this 4S out of. I was really gonna try to see if I could sell it to my parents. At this point, I almost just want to give it to my parents, but they won't like using headphones to make phone calls with. So it's like, like at this point, I could give it to them and say, here, you take this to somebody to get that piece fixed on it, and maybe they'll be like, yeah, that's you know, I'll do it for like $50 or $60 or whatever. And then you now have a working phone that is unlocked, that is a 4S, that does whatever, and that might be really cool. Yeah, we can't really, I'm not sure I can go from a 4S. Well, I guess I could probably go to the 5S for rather cheap right now, because Fido does a thing called Fido Dollars. I'm with a cell phone company called Fido. You collect Fido Dollars every time you pay your bill. And you can use those towards upgrading your phone or towards like other things. So I'm like, I might just use that money. I could probably use that money to get a 5C straight out. Still locked to the company, but I don't want a 5C. I'm going to go from 4S to what is essentially a 5. It is a 5. But anyway. And as Heather has pointed out in the chat, my dad did mention, my mom actually mentioned before my dad, why don't we get a 6? And I'm like, yes, you know what, get a 6. In fact, get a 6 Plus, because you guys are getting older and it's harder to see stuff. Get the 6 Plus so it's bigger, so you can see stuff. My dad has big thumbs. He has big man hands. He could tickety-tickety-tick on the big phone. And he was like, I don't want to get that big phone because it'll be too big. And then when we're traveling, I want a small phone so we can take an iPad Mini with us. I'm like, but you could take the iPad Mini money and put that into getting a 6 Plus, and it would be like having a smaller iPad Mini, but it would still, it's just like, it's maddening. I've been telling for 2 years to go to the Apple Store to get their 3GS that I sold them fixed because the microphone's like dim on it, but they will not go. They live in Phoenix. There are 3 Apple stores in the vicinity, And then they go home and they live near Edmonton, and there are 2 Apple stores in Edmonton. And there's all sorts of chances for them to get this shit fixed, and they never do. I don't understand why. They're retired. They have all the time in the world they could go do this, but anyway. Anime thing that I'm excited about, and then I'm gonna go. I promise. I've been reading. And if you follow me on Twitter, I'm at TuxBeach on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw me mention Jitsu wa Watashi wa, which has a number of different names. The official way of translating is "the truth is I am," or "actually I am." It's more like "the truth is I am," because Jitsu wa, actually, Watashi wa, I am, ... That's the whole title. It's really good. I really like the manga. It's super funny. Reaction shots are great. You're gonna read it and be like, oh shit, it's one of those like will they or won't they romantic comedies, and then they start introducing more girls into it, and you're like, oh my god, it's a goddamn harem comedy. Why would you recommend this to me, Beej, you idiot? The thing is, it's not a harem comedy at all. What it is just a comedy, and it has some of the trappings of that. But what it's about is it's a guy who everyone calls him like the bag with holes, because he can't keep a secret at all. He's just bad at it. He tries to keep a secret, he tries to lie and whatever, and he's just, everyone can see right through him. They're like, no, you're lying. We know you're whatever. So they can always see through him. And he has a girl that he really likes, and he decides to confess to her after school, and he goes into like this classroom after school. To meet her, but when he goes into the room, she is hanging on the blackboard, and she has giant bat wings coming out of her back, like huge bat wings coming out of her back, because she is a vampire. And if somebody finds out that she's a vampire, then she has to leave the school and go home. And he doesn't want that because he likes her, and she doesn't want that because she wants to keep going to school there. So craziness. And it turns out a lot of other people have secrets as well. They are actually something else. And that's where everything... And kind of like, oh, this sounds really stupid. I'm like, yeah, it's so stupid. It's wonderfully stupid. And it's getting an anime. And I'm so happy because 62 chapters in now. There's 10 volumes of it. And I'm just like, this needs to have an anime because it's so goofy. And it's called Jitsu wa Watashi wa. Also, you might find it on some websites as being called Truthism, because truth is I am, truthism, that's kind of what people have been doing to kind of slam together as a thing. I found out about it on the Something Awful forums through their convinced me to read a manga with one image, and I was like, yeah, these are good reaction faces, because it's like really good reaction faces. Sure, I'll go read a bit of this. And then I was like, this seems dumb. I don't think this is going to turn out to be very good. I can't believe somebody recommended this, and I don't know where the turning point was. It was, I think, only a few chapters in, and I was just like, this is actually pretty good. And the more you read it, you're like, this is phenomenal, and I want to read it all the time. So anyway, I'm super happy for it. Heather's not so convinced. She thinks it's just going to be stupid. She said she will reserve judgment, and that's completely fair. But that has been Beej's Backlog for the week. Thank you for showing up to this, everybody. I had a really good time playing Shadowrun tonight. I had a really good time beating Apex. I hope that we are able to do more of that next week. And we will see you again. Please have a wonderful, safe night. Tune in for Heather's Handhelds tomorrow at 4:30 Newfoundland. And that is all I have to say to you tonight. Please enjoy these commercials. Good night.